Hey listeners, it's Kat Kruger, your DM at D20 Dames. Welcome to the final downtime for the season. It's hard to believe that just 9 months ago we started this first story arc. For those of you who have been listening from the beginning, you can find all of the adventures on DM's Guild, from Involo's Wake, an Adventurers League series which provided the framework, and other content written by me to round out the season. Downtime, though, was purely improv with the Dames. It has been an absolute pleasure to share the first part of this story with you. Next season, I'll be writing completely original content. Please do stay tuned to the end of the episode when we'll be making a couple announcements. For now, the Dames have just rescued some humans from a Yuan-Ti pit and are heading back to Phandalin.
Know where we're taking these people? Like, do they live in Phandalin?
Riot starts searching their pockets. Hey, excuse me. Sorry, I didn't mean to fumble around here, but library card. Very nice.
Make sure we're not kidnapping them.
Wait, you're kidnapping us too?
No. No. We're just. Where are you from? Where's home?
Well, it's just a small village. Just outside of Phandalin.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not kidnapping us, hey?
No, the opposite. The opposite of kidnapping.
Okay. Well, then maybe this is goodbye. And he just bolts.
You're welcome.
The others just bolt after him.
I was going to buy them a beer, but I guess. Oh, more for us then.
Definitely more for us. I will drink his portion.
Well, there were multiple people, so I'll drink the rest. So, wait, didn't Amaro need to know how, cool we were in saving all these people, or you think he got it?
I mean, he seems to have a sixth sense for these things, so I think he's fine. Odd fellow.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he did all his magic fire stuff and then made it seem like we did all the work. I mean, we did good work, I think.
No, I agree. I think we, Rose, I'm going to give you an 11 out of 10.
Wow. Generous.
Thank you.
Wow. And me?
Oh, definitely a dad out of 10.
Oh, dads are the best.
So I'm told. Yeah, so we, I assume we're walking down past that old path.
We're walking. We're walking.
Yeah, you're heading back the same way that you came in. So you're going to pass the marsh where you met Hubbub, and the giant snake carcass is still there.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Riot runs over to grab a few things from it really fast, and then runs back to the path. Don't worry about it.
Taking those back for carp?
Maybe.
And if we just walk a little slower, so we can get some get the sunlight out a little bit. When the moon comes out, we might see some elusive fibblewibbles. They are quite interesting birds. They only have one wing. It comes straight out of their neck, out the back. Very difficult to fly like that, and again, only come out. They don't really fly actually at all. They just hop around on their legs. So if we just slow down a bit, we might see one of those in the next 2 to 3 hours. If you're interested,
that description sounds more like a crest than a wing.
It's almost like a cape. They're also called they're also called Cape birds. So
How often do they sing?
no singing. No, they live very sad, non-flying lives. There's no reason for it's very. It actually makes me quite upset to talk about it. Fibbles are so sad.
Well, first of all, you brought it up. Second of all, I did hear back in town that they're a good starter pet for kids. You know.
That is right.
Yeah, they're very nice, personable.
Yes.
You know, they can help do your taxes. So like helpful in so many ways.
Yes.
Sounds like they can't get away.
Yeah, exactly right.
Exactly. Yeah.
It is so curious that Shulong has so many fables about songbirds, and the birds here don't seem to care for songs at all.
Well, if you, it's just not the season or the time, but, if you spend a little more time with me, your old friend Sildar, I mean, I'd show you some that sing if that's what you're looking for. I could show if you're in the market for a singing bird. I'm your man.
Oh man. I mean, Sildar, right, takes one of his hands in hers. It's been great, but I think, I don't know if I can stay here much longer. You know, no one's given me any good hot tips on my missing siblings, so I think I need to head towards my where I'm from, Daggerford, and see if I can rustle up some information.
Oh, well, so soon. The board is there's a lot of turnover, and you could put, no one's ever heard of putting up just one flyer. You should put up several over months and months, and then that's when you really get some traction. And we haven't even tried the town newsletter.
There's a newsletter?
Yeah, so yes.
I'm not numbering things. D, never seen one. E, who's doing your marketing? I mean,
F, why didn't you tell Riot sooner?
Well, we only put it out once every 3
Bushwick
full
songs?
moons. Yes, Bushwick. Yes, about. It equals up to about the same thing.
One every Bushwick song. The other elusive bird. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Gonna write down.
It's a there's not so much news happening in Phandalin. I don't want to, we compile all the best things, and we put it out when we put it out. Listen, don't get on my back about it, but there's just many ways you could go about. I don't want you to run off so soon. It's just, but I understand. But I just thought we'd have a little more time.
Well, maybe we can talk about it over that drink. I mean, Rose, do you know what you want to do?
I'm still investigating things about the Dark Sisterhood. I don't really know where my next stop is, but I do think that it's probably outside Phandalin as well.
2 in one day. I can't. So many goodbyes. Why?
I mean, not today, because it's nighttime, and don't worry about it. Right turns to Rose. I mean, you're welcome to come with me. If there's any free time in your schedule, I'm going outside of Phandalin. You're going outside of Phandalin.
Uh-huh.
It'd be.
Where is this Knifeford you're talking about?
It's Daggerford. And it's, as you said, outside of Phandalin, so...
I was thinking more east, west, south.
Well, boy,
up,
you're really gonna hold me to the fire, huh?
A voice in Riot's head gives her the direction. South.
Okay, that's what I thought it was south, but boy, the one time I don't pull up my map. Oh, it's, excuse me, I think I had one of those... brainurisms. It's Daggerford is south because that's the way you should always, try to stab down. Well, actually up too. And you know what? It's just south.
I could go south, I think.
Well, all right.
I'll think more about this over drinks. Looks at Sildar.
Yes. Let's go. And let me just say, Riot, I know you're about to ask, but I don't want to make this uncomfortable, but I would love to go with you 100%. But
I was going to ask you.
Three, of course you were. I have 3 children here, 2 relatively new children, a town to run. Lots of exciting things are happening in Phandalin. It's just not a good time for me, So.
Oh no, Sildar! Really?
I'll have to decline. Yes.
Wait, what about? Doesn't school start soon?
That's right. Wait.
Couldn't you just make it boarding school?
Ooh. Yes.
And
maybe?
I'm sure it's sabbatical time, right? Like.
Ooh.
Or what if Sildar went missing, but Hildar made an appearance?
Maybe I'll put some pillows and rocks in my bed, and then I'll make it look like I'm there the whole time. And I'll just run off with you.
Yeah, we can make a sign that says like you're super sick, and need to be left alone.
Yes, come back soon with little sign. Yes.
Do we know a doctor? Sometimes a doctor's note is really useful for that.
That's right. All right, I have some work to do. But no, of course, we're just playing. We're just joking.
No. I mean, I'm already halfway done with this gone sneezing sign.
You're too kind, right? I mean, we make a great team. That has been proven. But I of course, I'll help you in any way I possibly can. But I think Phandalin is where I must be right now. Winter's getting older. I could retire back into adventuring, possibly. Although the 2 new ones, we'll figure it out. These children, they take care of themselves these days.
You just rename them Page and Squire, and boom.
Oh, it's funny you say that, but I'll tell you about that. Tell you about that later.
It is easier to spell.
and
Malak and Euphemia.
Did you want to head into the Sleeping Giant for a drink?
Yes.
Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would think
All
that
right.
somewhere halfway between this conversation, we kind of found our way.
Mm-hmm.
We've already sat down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's slowing down at the Sleeping Giant. It's getting towards the end of night before you head in there, and so Grista's just cleaning up at the bar. She gives you one of her little succinct nods and sends drinks your way.
Oh yeah, the good honey mead. Mm-hmm.
Raise a mug in her direction and a nod.
You can almost hear her grunt from across the room.
Gonna miss that grunt.
She's really taken to you. I have to say that this. She doesn't like many, but been great patrons here.
Yeah, it's still pretty busy. There's chits out the wazoo. Riot points to like a sculpture on the wall that they didn't recognize before. It's an addendum to Volo's guide. So the wazoo. Well,
Will you be here all evening?
I mentally I hope not.
One more drink for Riot, please. Let's just bring it down.
Nope.
Yep.
Just
Maybe
bring it down quickly.
a slightly heavier honey mead.
Yes. Maybe the bottom of the barrel. Something strong.
Scrape it out.
Yeah, something thick.
I've seen this before. It's called the Scrum Puncher. What are you drinking, Sildar?
This is of my own creation. It's a little lavender twizzle with some orange mead and a cherry on top.
Ooh.
Isn't it delightful? Look at it. Just makes you happy just looking at it.
Is there a sprig of lavender in there?
It's a twizzle. It's a little lavender twizzle.
Okay, but there is some. Okay, I was just trying to figure out the name. So.
Is this another bird?
You know, Rose, one of my greatest dreams in life is to discover a bird, and maybe I will name it Lavender Twizzle. But until then, no, there is no such bird, unfortunately. But I think if I discover a songbird for you, maybe I'll call it Rose's Lavender Twizzle, which is very confusing. I'm hearing it now, spoken back aloud.
It's a bit of a mouthful.
It's a lot. Many flowers involved.
I mean, they do often abbreviate bird names to just letters, and that would be
I think you mean Rolla-twee, and that sounds awesome.
Rolla-twee. Oh, I love that. I love that. And still does regretting not having his journal. It's back home, but he needs to remember to write all this down. And he's afraid that after a couple more Lavender Twizzles, he's not going to remember any of this. So.
Rose has been kind of like drinking quietly, other than asking about the birds, and kind of looks at Riot and says, Are you okay if my quest doesn't match with your quest?
Wait, do you mean like if we have two different outcomes?
Yeah. Like, are you okay if I'm not actively looking for your siblings, but I'm still with you?
Oh, yeah, it's just companionship. I mean, I'm not really expecting people to, like, delve into a dungeon for me or anything, but,
I would delve into a dungeon for you, Riot.
Okay, well, then you can't say my quest is your quest, right? I mean, you're just like, your quest is also my quest. I think it's like we have, like, two competing number ones on our bullet list of things to do, you know? Like, we follow the clues where they go. Maybe the one that leads to your quest. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. I've just been traveling alone for so long that I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I mean, you could brush me up, too, because, like, I know I talk about my siblings all the time. But you mentioned you were looking for, like, the Dark Sisterhood.
Dark Sisterhood.
Dark Sisterhood.
I was able to get a little bit of information from Carp and the hags that the Dark Sisterhood are hags. But I don't know what they're up to or why my abbot sent me to investigate them. So it's very curious. I have a quest, but I don't know what the question is.
That's very.
I'm a questless. I'm a questionless quest. I'm a shun. I'm just on a shun.
Yeah, no, you're a Nima of Enigma. No, we can't. This Scrum Puncher is punching me in the mouth. No, I get what you're saying, and it's very. I mean, I wonder if it has anything to do with the Sistrun circle that was in that book Lita gave me.
That's a lot of sisters.
Well, to be fair, maybe they're just sisterhood. Like they're not too far off. Like maybe there's some sort of. There was like, I mean, you know, the person that kind of got me into adventuring was Daria Doodrizzle, but there was like a bunch of other ones. Corsia, Flabbergast. Nope, that's not right either. Man, the Scrum Puncher.
Wait, what? Go back to that again.
Doodrizzle, Corsia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, where do you have your book?
Yeah. And then she flips open her little notebook. Here you go. It's not a lot.
Rose just flips through it crazily and was like, "Yeah, that's my Corsia."
Oh.
She's a famous monk from Shulong.
Oh, well, it sounds like she must have left for like a little, fun in the sun.
It would seem. It seems we might actually have something in common.
Well, just the one. Oh, you're killing me. Well, cool. I'm going to make a note that this is a monk, which I think I knew. I definitely didn't know the Shulong, so.
Right. Rose is kind of like fidgeting with her hands and like playing with her hair and like, Corsia is actually the reason that I am following the elements, the way of the elements.
Ooh.
Because she did too. She was my hero.
Well, look at us. Just a bunch of fangirls over some old dead ladies.
I don't carry a fan. Oh, no, I do carry a fan. Never mind.
That's actually, kind of what I meant. Yeah, no, that's why I'm a ranger, because Daria was she was a coastal ranger, which, I've, think is amazing, keeping the waters clean and whatnot. But yeah, like, that's why I became what I became once I, could read. I don't know. Right, it's starting to trail off. She's getting tired. She's like, sorry, Sildar, we just ignored you for like a good 7.5 minutes.
Sildar is just smiling and staring intently. He loves this. He's absolutely delighted just to be here listening and seeing this revelation happen before his very eyes. Oh, this is exciting, isn't it? You are connected beyond your wildest dreams. This book, I brought you this book,
Oh yeah, you did, and Carb's reading it now, so
That's right. Right. It's we're all connected. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful.
Oh no!
He's tearing up. He's very intoxicated.
Riot pulls out one of her bloody handkerchiefs. It's still got blood on it from when they were helping Carp. Here you go. Don't worry, his blood's probably pure.
At this point, Krista's clearing her throat really loudly and making her way to the front door to open it.
Did we close down the bar?
Well, looky here at the party people.
Nice.
Party? I've never been associated with party people.
Oh no! Riot and Rose help carry Sildar out. I guess back to his home.
Across the street.
Yeah, basically.
Rose lifts a coin out of Sildar's pocket and flicks it to the tip jar.
How big was that coin?
Don't you have to roll a stealth check for that? That
Yeah,
can't be.
I think you have to do a dexterity check to make sure it actually lands where you want it.
Fair. Do you want me to do stealth first or dexterity? Or both?
Dexterity.
Watch out for that grate in the kitchen, okay?
Okay, that's a 7. No, that's not true. It's a 12.
So yeah, it clings and then falls into the tip jar.
Huzzah!
And Krista gives you a grunt.
Good night. Maybe goodbye. Definitely good night.
She just shakes her head and shuts the door behind her.
Good riddance. That's not Rose. That was Krista.
Yeah. Yeah, you hear that from the inside.
Are we gonna walk by the round robin on our way to Sildar's?
Yeah, you have to go by the town council hall and then turn around the corner. So yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, okay. Riot pushes Sildar up against the wall with, hey Rose, hold on 1 second. I just gotta looks for something, and runs over to the round robin to see if anyone's left any notes or if they're, on her little sign.
You notice that your missing persons flyer is missing.
Oh my god! I'm out of paper. Okay, fine, cool. Whoever did this, she realizes she's kind of just yelling.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah, there's just chets all over the cobblestones and some stray dogs wandering around.
Eating the chets.
Eating the chets. And Rose, I want you to make a strength check to see if you can hold Sildar up.
Oh no. Come on, Rose. Don't let me down, literally.
Isn't the wall helping? She gets advantage, right?
I think Sildar needs more than a wall right now.
Yeah.
That is 18.
Okay.
Oh.
So Sildar is not being very helpful, but Rose is managing to keep him up.
She just kind of like leans him into the wall even more.
Yeah.
Just keep him upright. Keep him upright.
Okay, sorry. Just a little business at 2 a.m. Let's go.
Everything all right?
That'll be fine, I guess, maybe. Let's get this guy home. He's clearly already asleep somehow.
It's almost time for racquetball.
Yes, Sildar. Just another, 9
Tuesday
hours.
night?
We should stay up all night. Until racquetball.
Like a sleepover.
Let's go home, Sildar, and make sure that there's not more black ink everywhere at your house.
No, not that black ink. It was everywhere. It was just so hard to scrub off. Oh, it was everywhere.
Good job, Rose. Now he's crying.
Again.
Yeah. Big fan of the sloppy Sildar.
I thought it would help him be motivated to go home.
We're changing his name from Sildad to Silderp, okay?
Still sad. Sad dad.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
These are happy tears. I'm with my friends, after all.
Ooh. Riot reaches like a little flask and puts them up against his face. Okay, just collect some bottles. You never know when you're gonna need a couple of, sad dad tears. It might be the missing element in the rose lavender twizzle.
Eventually you turn around the corner and you see a light on at the Hall Winter house, and Winter is just standing there with her arms crossed, staring out in the street.
Uh-oh, someone's in trouble. And it's you. And he points to Rose.
What?
You kept me out so late.
Yeah, it's all Rose's fault. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, Rose.
Can
Good
you hear?
job.
Can you hear my glare?
No, but I definitely can't see it because it's too dark outside.
I've been thrown under the caravan.
Sorry, I've been living under a pile of rocks for a while in a dungeon. What does that mean again?
Winter's chin can't be any higher up in the sky, and she's just like rolling her eyes like, Dad,
I am home now. So that's it. I'll just go into my home. Everything's fine. Thank you for staying up, Winter. It's so great to see you here, under the moonlight. Say goodbye to your friends. They have not come to play. They're just here to escort me home. And good night.
halfway through your speech, she's already turned around and she's just waving back and she's out. She's back in the house.
Good night, Winter.
Night. You got this, Sildar?
Oh, yes. I'll see you in the morning for racquetball.
I'll see you at the court.
He's doing very flailing racquetball moves, but stumbling and just very excited.
You can hear inside the house, Dad, you're embarrassing me.
That's right. Oh, sorry. Your friends. They are your friends. That's right. He puts his finger up to his mouth to shh. And he tiptoes to the door and closes the door behind him and waves. Goodbye. Shh, 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 shh. Goodbye. Goodbye. And he kind of reopens it. Goodbye.
Oh my God. Okay.
Long farewell. Good night. This is Meris. I am getting an image of Sildar that is actually an amalgamation of Benedict and Gilderoy Lockhart, both played by Kenneth Branagh.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
That is perfect.
Much
yes.
Ado About Nothing. plus Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Absolutely, yes.
It is that. It is absolutely
It is now canon. All right, so Rose and Riot, do you have anything else that you wanted to talk about before you head off?
To the drunk person? No, I think we're cool.
All right, so Rose and Riot, you head back to your respective accommodations, and in the morning, Rose, you have a racquetball date with Sildar.
I do.
So, Sildar, I need you to roll a Constitution check for me.
Oh, it's fine. 7.
Yeah. So Sildar appears quite hungover.
Uh-huh. Good morning, Sildar.
Are you like picking me up from?
I assume we're meeting there at the racquetball court.
Okay. Well, Sildar's gonna be late.
Okay. Rose
a hair,
takes a
but
moment to just sit down and meditate while she waits for Sildar to show up.
This is
Sure.
very uncharacteristic of Sildar. He's a very timely kind of person. So he's thoroughly embarrassed, but he kind of rushes up as fast as he can without hurting his head. And he's wearing his racquetball outfit. But his socks aren't pushed up as far as they should be, and his
Do they even match?
they probably don't match. Should I roll to see if my
Roll for matching.
Roll for matching. Yeah, one has yellow stripes, the other one has green stripes.
Oh yeah, that's a crit fail. So nope, they are not matching. He might not even have socks on, frankly.
But you know what? Rose, being a very skilled with textiles, notices, but chooses not to say anything nor even indicate that she notices.
So kind. You're the sweetest. So he's awkwardly kind of standing over you because he doesn't want to interrupt your meditation, but he's going to just...
Oh, there you are, Sildar. How are you?
I'm so well. I just want to say I had a fantastic time last night. It was a lovely celebration of our victory in battle, and I feel like trash. Actually, to be completely honest. But I don't take it easy on me, please. I want a fair match. And I expect you will give it your all, and we'll play a nice game here. But I want to say one more time, I feel like trash. So just so you know.
Oh, okay.
It was 4 or 5 too many lavender twizzles, I would calculate. So
I didn't even realize you had ordered that many.
Yeah, well, you and Riot were having your little time. I may have been refilling my goblet, but that's neither here nor there. I was just so excited to hang out with you ladies, and it was a huge mistake. That's fine though. We're here now, and it's time for racquetball. I've been looking forward to this all week, and I'm excited to get back on the court. What do you say we get in there?
I say let's do this.
Exciting.
So the as you already know, but the listener doesn't know, there's an outdoor racquetball court that has been installed behind Town Hall, and it's essentially
Of course it has.
Yeah, the brick wall of the back of the Town Hall has been extended with half walls on both sides, for Sildar and other town council members to play. All right, so you begin to play racquetball with very hungover Sildar Hallwinter.
So, Sildar, you know what I love the most about our racquetball?
Oh, what is that?
Our ability to have deep conversations while playing racquetball.
That is right. And while being extremely hungover, at least for me, it will not slow me down in conversation or in sport.
I'm not sure anything can slow you down in conversation, Sildar. It is a great skill of yours. You are a master of words.
That is right.
Like Amaro is a master of magic flames.
Well, I do not like that you compared me to such people, but I will let that one go. I did hear you talking about your quest, and I was racking my brain all night. Well, that's not true. I fell right asleep. It's a figure of speech.
Okay.
I've been thinking a lot about your quest, and I do have. I have a couple of leads for you. I would say I have some places you might want to go for more information if you're interested, and I'm sure you will.
Yes.
Be. I've seen some things. I've met some people. So the Dark Sisterhood is not something I know much about. But these types of things, I have a couple places you could look. The first is in Waterdeep, and it's called Blackstaff Tower. And I think you should go there and check out the people there, ask them for questions, similar to what you did in Phandalin. I think you might have a little bit more luck. They specialize in such dark matters.
Okay, that does sound like a magical place.
It does indeed. And then I know you were looking for a library in Phandalin, and unfortunately we don't have such things yet. It's something that Carp is taken to wanting and maybe pioneering one day as he is older. It would be lovely to have a library here in Phandalin, but of course we do not right now. And but there are lots of lovely libraries that have lots of amazing information and books and things if you're into reading books and things.
Oh, yes.
And
scrolls and tapestries.
All the writing things and
Yes.
the reading things, yes. I would think you would want to check out Candlekeep's library.
Candlekeep. Okay.
Yeah, that's Candlekeep with a C and then a K, one word.
Okay. Is that where they keep candles?
They've got many candles to read by, of course. Oh man. But yes, books and information and knowledge and probably a wealth of intelligent people that you can talk to point you in the right direction. That's all I have, unfortunately. But I think that will do a little bit. I think that you'll do well there. And I'm sorry you couldn't find what you were looking for in Phandalin. And I think you'll have much luck in the future.
Sildar, because you were able to tell me about those locations, I did find what I needed in Phandalin.
Oh my gosh. And he's getting a little bit emotional again. It's like feeling the liquor come back from last night, just letting out some emotions as he's realizing that Rose is actually going to leave Phandalin, and that kind of...
Rose takes this moment of emotional weakness and slams the ball against the wall.
Nope. Oh yes, points to you. Oh, Rose, you never miss an opportunity.
With that, I would love it if you could describe how you're playing racquetball.
All right. Well, I've got Sildar on my right. Rose likes to be on the left side. She is right-handed, but she's got an eye on him. And presumably there are lines that she can't cross and places she has to hit the ball, and she's trying to make Sildar miss hitting the ball.
And Sildar has a pretty good grip of the rules, and there are lines and places to hit and things like that. But his technique is very... he's in his current state, he's probably doing this very sluggishly, but he's very much like a on his toes kind of back forth knee, like very much all into movement, and it yields basically nothing. It's more of a, if people were to look at him playing, they'd say, he's pretty good at racquetball. Seems like he knows what he's doing. But really, there's no technique to it. He's just kind of moving very fast and kind of switching from one foot to the other, always looking like he's ready. But I think he's actually probably pretty bad at racquetball.
Rose is also able to channel her ki and pretty much deflect any ball that is coming at her.
I think Sildar probably knew that Rose was going to be extremely good at racquetball and was hoping she would not take him up on his initial offer. But now that she has, like, he's just following through as much as possible. And I think he knows that Rose is so kind that she would never, divulge his true skill.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I've learned from a champion. That's
right.
It is so kind of you to teach me this Phandalinian sport.
Yes, and you're picking it up so quickly. It is almost embarrassing. So thank you.
Thank you.
And Rose, I have to say, I'm obviously sad that you are leaving Phandalin, but I am especially sad because we have a town council meeting in a few days, and we will be discussing the arrangement for possibly getting some wayward monsters to take part in the manor work that's going on, and having some kind of affiliation between Elderly Farm and the manor. And I
job training.
Something, yes, exactly that. And I'm very optimistic about this idea. Of course, it came from you and Carp, and it. I'm very excited, and I think we have a great case to be made. And Ulf is in very high spirits, and I think this is going to be really. I will make sure on any agreements, we will make sure that we have a plaque up in your honor, and we recognize that you had a hand in supporting this idea. I just, you're going to miss the town council meeting possibly,
yes,
which is unfortunate. I think you would enjoy such things, but I do wish you well. But this idea will live on after you're gone, I hope. Rose
kind of clutches her hands to her heart and just smiles and bows at Sildar and says, "Thank you. I can attest that sometimes individuals just need to find that place where they can thrive."
That's exactly right.
And I think this sounds like an amazing opportunity. When is that house opening? I heard rumors, and we'd like to see it before we leave town.
That is, the grand opening is right around the corner. It's in the next day. The whole town is joining. I think with all the excitement, I'm sorry, I completely forgot to remind you that yes, it's the site is opening. The big Tressendar Manor tourist site is open for business as soon as tomorrow. A huge celebration, and the entire town will be there. And I would hope you would be there too. It will be somewhat of a going away party now. It will double as both, I suppose.
Absolutely, I will definitely be there.
Oh, you will? Great.
Yes, and you know what, Sildar? At such a important city event, I think you need something extra special to wear. And she dashes over to her rucksack and pulls out this kind of this lavender wool vest that is made for Sildar. It has 5 leather kind of cross buckles in the front, but it is a very bright is the wrong word, a very rich lavender color, like your lavender twizzle.
This is too kind. I don't know if I deserve such a fine piece of clothing. Did you make this?
I did.
this is incredible. I will wear it. I will wear it tomorrow for the grand opening, of course.
I'm so glad.
I think I might show some people up in this, don't you think? Yes, yes.
You should.
He's kind of holding it up to himself, kind of just like shrugging his shoulders back and forth.
The truth is, Sildar, we may have helped find some of the missing people, but you were the one who came to let us know people were missing. If you hadn't taken that initiative, there would still be missing people.
That is true. There are no missing people without the people who notice they are missing. And I've always said that. That is a thing. Yes, I've always said that. Common phrase in my family. You might imagine.
A very astute family, I believe.
Yes, very short with words.
All right. Do we want to see who wins the racquetball tournament, or
Sure.
do you want to just do a straight up D20 roll, each of you?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. 2.
12. I do believe it was 12-2.
That's amazing.
Your cackle
am
made
not
me think you got a
surprised.
20.
Oh no! I was just so happy that that fate was on the side of the truth. You know.
This isn't a game of chance. This is a game of perfectly planned out details.
That's right. That's
Oh,
right.
that's amazing. All right, so with that, Sildar can head back to sleep off his hangover.
Oh, thank
and
goodness.
See you at the open house.
Yes, I can't wait. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
And he's like immediately, as soon as he thinks like Rose isn't looking anymore, he's like slouches and walks like he's walking through mud.
all right, and Rose, I think you wanted to head over to Elderly Farm, right?
I do. So I head through the dirt paths and the muddy roads and arrive at Alderleaf. And I'm looking for carp.
As you head over to Elderly Farm, you actually notice that there's a brand new wood sign at the head of the gravel path that leads south, and it says Alderleaf Home for Wayward Monsters.
Oh.
And you can actually see on the front patio there's Carp. He's actually not reading Involo's guide right now. He's working on writing some notes, and his goblin friend is next to him. And Riot is in the vicinity as well. And the little awakened shrub pot is on the porch with them.
Rose waves to Riot and approaches Carp.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Carp. How are you doing? How's the research?
Well, I think it's going quite well. Did you know, I asked Mum, and Mum says that everyone reacts to snake bites the same way. That seems like rather an epidemic in snake allergies, don't you think?
Yes.
Indeed. So I've been working very diligently on an anti-venom, and I've had some rather useful help from one of our new guests.
Oh, who's that?
Oh, she's a kobold, and she lives underneath our field.
Oh, this isn't the kobold I know, is it?
Well, do you know a kobold named Snoodro?
I do. I love Snoodro. And Meepo, but not that Meepo.
I'm rather confused.
It's okay. I think that's his full name. Rose makes a point of turning to friend goblin and saying, "Hi, friend. How are you doing today?" Not wanting to ignore the goblin.
He smiles with all of his fang teeth, and sort of waves over at you. And Carp says, "Oh, he doesn't have a name, as we've all determined. But I've decided, well, We've decided that we shall call him Boo.
Boo?
Yes. It's short for Booyog, which is the goblin word for magic. And I figure the Boo part means mage. So, on account of him being very magical, I thought Boo would be quite appropriate.
It's nice to meet you, Boo.
He just waves again and then, like, puts his hand out because he sort of understands what you're meaning, and puts his hand out to shake.
And Rose reaches back and shakes his hand.
We're teaching him common, but it's taking quite a while.
I can imagine. Have you asked around to see if anybody has a book in Goblin? Then maybe that could help you find some common words.
Oh, wouldn't that be rather nice to have a sort of dictionary for goblin to common? Or common to goblin?
Mr. Hallwinter just told me about a library in a town that Riot and I might be visiting. So if I can find it, or if I can find a book in a shop, I'll send it to you.
That would be rather lovely. Thank you, Rose.
You're welcome. And while I'm thinking about it, I have something for you, Carp. Rose reaches into her pouch and pulls out a pair of leather gloves that go up to the elbow. These are protective leather gloves that should enable you to pick up poisonous things or sharp things and not get damaged by them, because you're going to need to be able to collect all of these amazing and unusual items. But I just didn't want you to accidentally get allergic to something else. All good botanists should have protective gloves.
Oh, these are rather lovely. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Would you care to meet? Well, I suppose you already know her. Would you like to meet or talk to your friend Snoodro?
I would love to say hi to Snoodro. I didn't realize she had taken up residence under your farm.
Oh yes, she's rather a new resident. I believe Mr. Hallwinter had been in talks with. Well, there were whispers about town, and I suppose the whispers get to the kobolds rather quickly. And, well, come this way. And he takes you to the backfield, and sure enough, there's a hole in the ground. It's a small hole, so you wouldn't be able to fit down it.
I can't, okay. I crouch down and kind of try to get eye level with the hole. Snoodro?
Yeah, who's there?
It's me, Rose.
Oh, just a second. And you just hear a little bit of rummaging around, and eventually Snoodro shows up. She crawls out of the hole, and she is she's wearing what look to be cleric robes. She still has a scar around her eye.
Mm-hmm. Rose might grimace a little at it internally of guilt, with guilt.
Hey, how's it going?
It's good. How are you? It's been a while.
Yeah. Healed up real good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks to that bomb you got me. And I got to thinking, maybe I could do something like that. And then I heard this home for wayward monsters was happening, and I figured, maybe I could be a healer.
I think that's amazing, Snoodro.
She just kind of looks down and looks a little sheepish.
And you picked such a great location. You've got access to so many amazing plants and herbs, more than I ever could know what to do with, or even know what to do with.
She nods and she says, and yeah, and the eating's good here too. They's got rats and hares.
I bet they're thrilled to have your help there too.
Yeah, they don't eat none of them, so.
Mm-mm.
So I thanks for I guess, like, the whole thing, you know?
I'm still sorry that I burned you, but I'm very glad that you found maybe your purpose? Or a goal?
Yeah, I'm hoping maybe I can help other monsters, you know?
I think you'll do great. And we'll definitely come back through and see how you're doing.
You want a snack for the... Wait, you leaving?
Yeah, Riot and I think it's time to move on. We both have questions and that we need to answer and things that we need to investigate. And Phandalin's a nice place, but we've pretty much asked everybody all the questions we can ask, and we've done as much research as we can with the few books that are here. So we've got to look elsewhere.
Yeah, that makes sense. Can only tunnel so far, hey?
It's so true. Oh, tunnels. I trip in tunnels. I'm gonna get better at that.
You want some snacks for the road then? I got some rat meat. I might have some squirrel down there.
I appreciate it. I think that especially with the new sign out about the Wayward Monster home here, it's probably that they'll really appreciate that personal touch of a snack when they arrive. So I don't want to dip into that stash.
She just shakes her head. You really are a generous human.
A observant person might notice that Rose sighs with relief.
All right, so was there anything else that you wanted to do on Alderley Farm?
I mean, aside from giving Snoodro and Carp a hug, I think I'm done here. I'm going to head back to the inn to get packed.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what time Riot wants to leave, but I want to be as ready to go as possible.
All right, so you can head back to Stonehill Inn, and Carp sort of shows you back down the path as though you actually needed help to find your way.
Thank you, Carp.
Oh, you're quite welcome. So you're leaving. I suppose that'll make Riot rather lonely.
Yeah. Maybe you should ask her how she feels about that. And Rose just shuffles quickly down the road, waves at Carp, waves at Riot.
Oh.
Riot's looking in a spell book somewhere. Is there a spell called Pass the Buck? I can't seem to find it, but I feel like it was just cast.
It's under the category of he's your friend.
So Carp sort of waves and then turns back and tries to find Riot.
She's in the hayloft.
All right.
I imagine.
So,
packing her non-hay things.
So eventually you hear Carp enter below, and he says from below, "Hello, Riot?"
Hey, Carp. Come on up. It's your barn.
He climbs up and he sees what you're doing, and he just stares for a while, and you can sort of see there are wheels turning in his head. And then he says, "Your friend was just here. Did you know she's leaving?"
Oh, Rose, yeah. Riot's like, uh-oh. In her head. Hey, come sit on this box next to me, would you? She pats the,
He smiles
Really?
and just like hops up onto the little box there.
Hey, I meant to tell you a little sooner, but, I I don't know what you were doing all day, working on your zine, because, first issue or second issue is coming out soon, I bet. But probably the third, who knows how many numbers. Things get misnumbered all the time. Anyway. You know how I said I was missing my siblings?
Yes, the Yonti and the Lasari and the Triton. Your two
Yes,
sisters
yes.
and brother.
Yeah, Emre, Fatima, and Karen.
Mm-hmm. Did you find them?
Well, I thought I was close with that last encounter, but we haven't found them. And the worst part, Carp, is I haven't gotten any information on them. So
Did you try the town newsletter?
Oh, yeah. Did it just come out? Because apparently, it's once in a blood moon when the wind is down from us or southerly, I did find an old piece of one in the latrine, but it wasn't enough to go off of. So I guess what I'm trying to get to, though, is aside from putting a note in the newsletter, I think you know what a good investigator would do, right? After they've combed a room a lot, and they can't find anything else.
And you can see his little lip is starting to quiver a little.
She puts her hand on his shoulder. But it doesn't mean that it's forever, Carp. It's just for now, because I've got my quest.
He nods. Okay, yes, of course. Yes, I mean, that makes perfect sense. But how are you going to get my zine? And he just starts crying, and you can't hear any words.
Oh, buddy, it's okay, and don't worry. I'm gonna find a way to get the zine because I have to stay abreast of everything you're learning. I'm making. Oh, here, I've actually got a story, a tiny story, and I think you're gonna like it. So
he just tries to compose himself, and he just nods and says, I'll keep doing research so you can fight things and okay, if you tell me a story, maybe I can put it in my zine.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. So she pulls out a little brown paper covered package and just leaves it on her lap for the moment. So when I was probably your age, I was working in the dungeon. That's where I grew up. Wasn't a great place, not all this great fresh air, moist soil, the smell of things growing, other than like mold on top of a dead body. And so my sister Karen, Shaggy Dog, Lothari lady, she started collecting something for me because she knew I wanted to be a ranger. And she started gathering up, unbeknownst to me and our other siblings, she started gathering up like pieces of spines from all the different, adventurers that couldn't prove their mettle. And she ended up making me my very first bow from the scavenged skeletons of those we had bested together. And does she check his face because she realizes?
He says, his eyes go wide, and he says, "That sounds both dreadful and amazing at the same time."
Yeah, it's beautiful bow. I actually lost it when we got thrown from the dungeon magically. So, I love my new bow, but still, that old bow was pretty cool. Well, the point being, and she taps the package. I made you a little similar gift, and that's the good thing about goodbyes is sometimes there's a gift when I go away, and then the next time I see you, I'll have some sort of rad gift to give you from my travels. So, it's just presents all the time for Carp. She doesn't think he's very materialistic. Yeah, but she's trying.
He laughs because, he's not really, and
yeah, that kind of thing. Well, so she hands him the box and watches him unwrap it.
Mm-hmm. And he does it with like really great precision. So he opens it really slowly. If there's a ribbon, he sort of pulls it apart really slowly, and then removes the ribbon completely. Then he removes the wrapping very completely, and then he opens up the box. What does he see inside?
Inside, he sees 2 snake scale bracers that would, go over part of his forearm. And they're, kind of like the rainbow iridescent scales that were on the snake.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the black oil slick, or green oil slick, I guess. And it says, so, the next time you come across something that's got, lots of big teeth, when you're just doing your zine with your mother's permission, you'll have a little extra protection on you.
This is so lovely. And would you know, did you coordinate this with your friend?
I didn't. Did Rose give you something?
She did. She gave me gloves for almost precisely the same reason.
Oh, excellent. They go all the way up. Okay, good. I didn't want the bracers to cover them completely. Oh, good. Oh.
Yeah, so he puts them on and shows them off. So I'm rather protected now, and I can do so much more field work now, on account of you and Rose, and that's quite lovely. I wish you had told me though, because then I could have given you a gift.
Carp, the only gift I want is your friendship, and you've given so much else to the monsters, or people like me, by starting this farm, or starting the program.
Well, it was on account of you. If you hadn't shown up, I dare say this just would have been a farm the whole time.
Well, it's a whole lot more now. Jen's really tearing up. Sorry, she can't hold it together. It's on account of you, Carp. You're the coolest kid / monster I've ever met.
At you calling him monster, he just grins so broadly. I don't think you've seen him smile that widely before. And he just goes, grrr.
Ooh, you got me.
So at that point, he's going to just give you a tiny little hug, and just say, you'll let me know before you leave, though, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think we're leaving in a couple days, and I think there's like a grand opening at the
yes,
Tresendor Manor. So
yes, I heard all the important people are going.
So you'll be there, right?
He looks down and just sort of like kicks at the dirt and says, "Well, I didn't get an invitation."
Oh, buddy, don't you know there's so many ways to sneak you in? That's what adventure's all about. You know that, right? Plus, you got it. You got it. You know what? We're gonna make this happen. I'm gonna make this happen. Okay?
Oh, I don't want to get in trouble.
Who are you gonna get in trouble with? Sildar? You think Sildar is gonna do anything about it?
Well, Mr. Hallwinter doesn't seem to care for me very much. Sometimes I think he's rather cross for no reason at all.
I have it on good account that Sildar now thinks you're way cooler than he ever once did. That doesn't make sense to you, but it's tracking.
All right.
He was very impressed with you and your performance, out on the path to Old Owlwell.
Well, that's rather a relief. I thought he rather disliked me. Well, thank you. I'll see you at the grand opening tomorrow then.
Absolutely.
And he just heads down the ladder and, he's like swishing his arms in the air just to test out his gloves.
His glove and bracer combo.
Yeah, his glove bracer combo, yeah. And then he just like sort of disappears. And did you want to head into town to talk to Sildar?
Yeah, she wants to talk to Sildar about the, yeah. So, walking music. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I went too far. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I'm back. I'm back in town. She knocks on the door to Sildar's office.
Oh, come in. Come in. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, you're kidding me. What do I have this pleasure? This is amazing. Oh, I couldn't have guessed. But Sildar has been like peeping out the curtain of his window. Like definitely saw Riot coming up the walkway.
Yeah, Riot taps the side of Sildar. Hey, you okay? You seem to be covered in like this peppermint, hot yet cold goo all over your muscles. You doing okay?
Oh, you're it's just a bit of a salve. Rose is pretty good at racquetball. Not quite as good as me, but she is great competition, and it's just a little sore, but it's the muscles growing and the muscles building, and it's a good thing, of course. So just limbering up. Right, what can I do for you? What are you doing here? Is it because I forgot to tell you you are invited to Tressendar Manor for the grand opening? Is that why you're here? Because you are. Of course you are.
Oh, of course. I could have sworn I knew that, but I appreciate it. And that's a +1, right? Because I already have a +1.
Well, I've already invited Rose. She has her own invitation, and so
right. So +1 means +1 to me. So that's 2. Maybe it's something we only do in Daggerford or bigger cities.
Oh, I mean, of course you can have a +1. I would love to know who you're talking about. Do you have a date or something?
Oh God, no. No, more like a ward of the state. His name is Carp Alderleaf. Do you need me to spell it or?
I know the boy Carp Alderleaf, of course. This party is no such place for a boy like Carp. You want to bring him along?
I do think he is going to be the keeper of your future stories and will definitely be the next Volo, so he is worth inviting even at a rather young age. Yes, I'll agree that he's too young, but this sort of stuff, the council, you've got to lift up people, who maybe aren't as rich as others or as moneyed, right? Like, you never know where genius comes from.
Yes, but I mean, he's so odd. I just...
Well,
do you want to do a persuasion check with advantage because Sildar is still hungover?
Absolutely. Oh, I'm not even gonna roll again. A natural 20. Oh, I mean natural 20. That was not.
Well, I don't know what a natural 20 is, right? But, I do. You make a good case. I am a little bit hard on the boy, and there are other children that will be at the grand opening. Of course, my little ones will be there. I don't know why even you said this as an excuse. I just he just reads and so odd. But no, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, to be fair, I'm a little odd too, and I'm going. But how about I tell him that he's got to be in sort of like investigator/observer mode, so he's mostly just going to be quiet and taking notes.
Yes.
Mostly. He's still allowed to talk, though. I mean, we're not like monsters. You're not a monster. Yeah. No, you're not allowed to say it, though, either. You can see your lips moving in a way.
I would never. I mean, not talking and just taking notes would, contribute to the oddness. But I think that's fine. That's fine. He's welcome. This town is very small. There's a lot of history here, and I caught up on some things, and Carp is welcome, of course, especially as your esteemed guest, your +1.
Excellent.
I think he'll really enjoy festivities, and it may be good for him to spend some time with some children his own age, and maybe he can, spend some time with Winter and the two little ones, and it would be fun for him. Like, I think that's just what he needs to get out a little more and enjoy the town. I think that's a great. I think this is a very good idea that I had to invite Carp Alderleaf, and I think
yes.
I think he's going to really enjoy himself and really thank me for the +1. So that's
right. Taps one of the gilded invitations that's still sitting on his desk. Yeah, so you're probably gonna. I mean, since it was your idea, you're gonna definitely want to send one of these fancy invitations to Alderleaf Farm for him, just so he knows.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Of course. I have my pen ready here, and I was about to write it. So, but you came in, and then you know, yes.
And it's like I read your mind, right?
That's
I knew
right.
what you were doing.
That's right. That's right. It's a little invitation inception.
So, aside from that, I was actually coming into oh man, let's see. I don't you know how we were fighting the Yanti last week?
Mm-hmm.
Last week, yesterday. That feels like eons ago.
Time flies. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I figured because well, actually, I don't know, but you're not a monk, so I figured I could talk about this stuff to you. Are you a monk?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, it's kind of.
There's always time.
Okay. Well, I feel kind of bad about the stuff that how when we were fighting the Yanti, I kind of intimidated them with physical kisses and stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, well, that feels like something the old Riot would do, back in our dungeon days of just nonstop killing, slaying, beheading. And I feel like maybe I realize I've never been kissed for romantic reasons.
I'm flattered, Riot.
No,
appropriate.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean you. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. She scoots away a little bit. Sorry.
No, of course, you didn't mean me.
No,
No.
Oh no, you're symmetrical. Don't worry. But I was wondering if you were going to invite Lita Rawlings from halfway to the open house.
Oh well,
if you know what I mean.
I think I do. I think I do know what you mean. She has been sent an invitation, and so I would expect to see her there, of course. It's quite the big event, and this would be a lovely time to rub shoulders and elbows and other winged things with the people you're interested in. So yes, I would hope she shows up for sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I guess that's all I came in to ask/confess.
That's all? That's what you came here for?
Yeah, I guess it seems kind of silly now, but it's, I didn't want to keep it all up in my head, like that's where good ideas go to die. You got to get them out there in the world or on paper or something. So
yeah, maybe try paper next time.
Oh, okay.
Just a thought.
I mean, I've got that journal.
Yeah.
It's oh well, you know what? Actually, there was one more. She hits her head. Did you get any more messages about my siblings?
No, although I was walking by the message board and saw that your flower had been taken down. Did you notice that?
I did. It wasn't you, was it?
It wasn't me. No, I just thought that was odd. But I haven't seen anything or heard anything yet. But I would love to have a way to relay if anything comes my way.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I also need Carp zine, and then apparently the newsletter that has been going about town. If I could get like a regular mail delivery or care packages. How hard's that to set up?
That seems difficult, but, I know many people. I have been around, and he basically says the same thing he said to Rose. Like the same, like, I know so many people, and he has like a spiel that he says about how many people he knows and how far he's traveled. And, I've made many friends along the way, and I think we could set up a sort of relay system. Maybe you're headed to Waterdeep. Is that correct?
Yes.
So if you're heading through Waterdeep, I can first send some things to the proprietor of a tavern that I used to frequent back in my day, called the Yawning Portal.
Ooh.
Yes. But so I know the proprietor Dernan there, and they would be happy to receive some messages, hold them for you, and you can pick them up from time to time or something like that. And you can let me know where your next destination is, and we can go on like that. I think that would work quite lovely. I would love to keep in contact as well. So maybe I throw in a message or two of my own creation to let you know what's going on. Of course, along with the newsletter, although I cannot promise that will come out with any frequency. But as soon as we have one,
enough to be helpful in a missing persons case. Yes. No, this sounds great. And of course, we'll send you correspondence. You like those little what are they called? Cards by post, postcards, like of they show like the coolest or like most traveled part of a town. Like
yes.
A tourist stop.
A beautiful landscape painting of the countryside, perhaps, and a note saying that you wish I was there with you. I know that will be true.
It will.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll send you some of those postcards.
I would
that are
quite enjoy that, and I know Winter would enjoy it quite as much too. So that sounds lovely. Actually, I think we can make that work. I don't know how often I'll have time to go to the elderly farm and pick up Carpsine and then put that in the package. But
you know what? He'll bring them to you because
no, the solution for everything, huh?
We didn't want to kill Ulf, so instead we made it like a manner. There's a lot of things. Our ideas are good.
Yep, seems to be your MO. So I'll see Carp then every time he has completed a new zine. I'll see him. He'll show up to my door.
Yeah, I hear they're weekly or bi-weekly.
Oh, each week I will see Carp.
Maybe every other week, actually. He's still got to do his chores, and I assume there's some type of schooling system, but no one's ever talked about it. So
it's kind of a traveling. We have like a teacher porter system that kind of in and out every now and then. It's
like a library on wheels.
Yes, just like that.
It's like learning on the lanes. Sorry.
All right, so you head back to Alderleaf to pack up your things and get ready. And
wait. When Riot gets back to her hayloft,
yes,
she finds a lavender wool hooded cloak that has vent slits in the back
for the wings.
For the wings. Rose might have stealthily snuck over there when Carp was asking Riot all the tough questions. Rose saw her opportunity and went for it.
Riot sees the package. I've been reverse burgled. Oh my god. Somebody's left me with responsibility. Oh, it's gorgeous. Okay. This must be from Rose. She really didn't leave any notes, though, so it's terrifying.
It's terrifying. Yeah, that first.
No, it's just like the arrow or the boots.
Yeah.
I mean, what if it's like someone that's dressing me so they know exactly what I look like so they can kill me later? Like, I'm from a dungeon. Like, this is
That's
like
kind
a
of
mental...
brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't it?
I'm hoping that when you see the matching wool on outfits on Sildar and Rose that you'll realize you are
That
not
they're killing
being set
all
up.
of us? No.
Yes, yes. That we are all in danger, and you must save us all.
How did you want to go to Tresendor Manor? Did you want to go together?
Yes.
Did you want to pick up Sildar, or do you want to meet Sildar there?
I feel like Sildar's already there. Sildar's
Been
reading
setting up for,
everybody.
all right.
All right.
But we'll have Carp with us too, if that's okay.
Yeah,
Can Snoodro be my +1?
absolutely.
Awesome. Snoodro is coming with me back to the manor.
Right, would like to ask Carp about if he liked the invitation he got, because it seemed important to him.
Oh yes, it was rather lovely. I suppose you were right about Mr. Hallwinter. I suppose I did do something that impressed him, because that invitation was the loveliest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, that's so good. See, I knew he wanted you there. He just forgot, first of all. But also, you have to deliver your zine to him every 2 weeks so that he can send him to me. Can you do that?
He nods emphatically. That's rather interesting. Is he a fan of the zine now?
Well, no, maybe. You definitely should ask him questions when you see him. See if he's read the last one. And stay there for at least 30 minutes, so that way it's a full appointment, you gotta practice your, business talk, so I've heard.
Oh,
and,
okay. And he's writing down all these notes.
Yeah. He's kind of lonely, too. He won't ever admit it, but, I think seeing you might remind him a little bit of me. So if he ever starts to look like a little cross, just start mentioning my name, okay?
Oh, I will, absolutely.
I guess since Snoodro's at the farm, I'll meet you all at the farm and we'll walk together. Rose shows up in her new lavender wool cloak that has kind of it's built kind of like she has a long wool vest with fabric buttons holding it together, but then also kind of a cape part that's attached at the neck so that she has arm movement freedom, but also warmth and snazziness.
Mm-hmm. It will look extra flowy when you have when you're moving air around.
Yes, she has found the appropriate pace to walk to get the right amount of wind to pick up and make her look awesome.
Rose, my cloak is gorgeous. Did you make it?
Yes, I'm so
thank
glad
God.
you like it. I think that the purple matches the red tint of your skin perfectly.
No, I'm just so glad you made it and no one else made it. It's yeah, and Carp, you look lovely too. You made it for. We all look really cool. Thank you.
Are you planning on gathering specimens from the manor, Carp? Is that why you have the gloves?
Yeah, he's got the gloves, the bracers, but a bow tie.
He looks so snazzy.
And his hair is really slicked down. You're not sure what the liquid is that's slicked down his hair, but
Not gonna. Nope.
Snake goo.
yeah.
Nope. Not gonna ask. Moving on.
Yes, I heard that there's a garden at Tresendor Manor, and well, Mr. Hallwinter, I suppose, specifically asked that I take notes. Isn't that right, Riot?
Absolutely. I think that's you want to see how people talk to it. It's just it's a good exercise if you're going to be writing a zine.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, and I suppose there's going to be some rather exotic things in the garden, and I should observe those. And if I'm permitted to take a sample, I may do so.
Oh yeah. Just make sure it's not alive, right? Nothing that's a piece of someone. You don't want to actually snip off someone's finger, right? Just because they look like they're a plant or some. Yeah, you know what? You'll be fine. You're a smarter kid than most of us are adults, so.
He just shakes his head and grins. And you make your way eastward, and it's around dusk, and dusk begins to set on Phandalin, and you make your way to the estate of Ulf Undercroft. And Tresendor Manor stands on a hill on the easternmost edge of town, and it is restored to its former glory. You see a new wrought iron gate installed with stone eagles perched on either side, and the gate features many ornamental eyes forged from metal. And you also see that there is a plaque. True to his word, Sildar has put up a plaque in Rose's honor.
That's so pretty.
And as you head up the hill towards Tressendar Manor, you see a huge crowd of people, and it looks like most of the town folk have come out, along with a mix of some of the hobby characters that you've seen around town.
Well, they wouldn't want to miss this.
Yes, you definitely recognize some familiar faces. So Sildar Hallwinter is there with his ever-growing family. There's Lord Merryweather, who you met at the very start of your time in Phandalin. You even see the Bannock brothers sort of like rubbing each other's hair and pushing each other around and just joking.
Did the Bannock brothers provide little goodie bags full of tiny pieces of bread?
Well, as you're looking around, you do see that there are tables with sort of like afternoon tea displays. And you do recognize some of the goods there as belonging to the Bannock bakery from Daver's handiwork. You also see Grista is behind an outdoor bar, and she's just barking orders at terrified-looking servers who quickly disperse with trays of sparkling wine.
Riot grabs one of those. Thank you.
Did you want to talk to anybody before we go further?
Does Riot see Sildar anywhere? Because she realized she forgot to give him something for his special day.
Yes, you do see Sildar and Winter and the two little ones.
Yeah. Oh, right. Sorry. Hey Rose, you want to come with me? You want to hang over here? You want to try?
I'll come with you.
All right. And they pass another person with a sparkling wine tray, and Riot grabs two and hands them both to Rose. Here you go.
I'm gonna like traveling with you.
Riot comes up behind Sildar and puts her hands in front of his eyes and goes, "Guess who?"
No. Rose? I'm just kidding. Rose kind of looks at her fingernails. Do I need to trim my nails?
He kind of spins around, looking expectantly at you.
Yeah. I the other day I forgot because we were having a nice awkward conversation in your office, but and she kind of just taps his chest, and when her hand pulls back, there's a little 5-pointed pin made out of one of the snake scales that says "Best Dad in Town." Looks kind of like a sheriff badge. This is a little something, and I asked Winter what it should say, so good job, Winter. She winks at her.
So Winter just sort of shrugs and says, "That's what Doofy family is for." And Riot, at those words, you get a sense of deja vu.
I'm not deserving of such gifts. This is too kind. This is just, it's odd and lovely. Just like our friendship, I would say.
Oh, well, you're welcome. That was a weird way to say it. Thank you, but you're welcome. And thank you for inviting myself, Rose, Snoodro, and Carp.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure. And Carp, are you?
He looks up and says, "Yes, sir."
I hope you're taking notes.
He's scribbling, and he's just writing down what Sildar's saying as he's making eye contact with Sildar.
I'll take that as a yes. I just, we have a newsletter on the horizon, let's say, and someone needs to cover this event. It's a major event in town, so if maybe with your notes you could go back home and put together a bit of a record of what happened here, and possibly run it by my desk in a few days, and maybe we put it in the newsletter. What do you think about that?
He just stares, puts his pen in his mouth, and then puts his hand out.
You would be paid in publicity, of course. This is your first published work, and it would be my pleasure to put your name out there. And he gives him a high five or a low five.
He takes the pen out of his mouth and he says, "Oh, you misunderstood. I was just trying to shake your hand so that you'd stay true to your word."
A man of honor. I underestimated you, Carp. Once again, and he reaches back out and gives him a really firm, too tight of a handshake. The poor little Carp.
Yeah, and Carp just very clearly grimaces a little and then withdraws his hand really quickly.
Sildar just wants to show him who's boss one more time.
This little tween kid.
Riot leans in. He's like 200 pounds lighter than you, calm down. Sorry. Buck 10.
With that, Carp is just going to sort of set off and he'll get really close to people and start listening to them and writing down words.
Perfect. So we have a spy here. He's going to write the gossip column. We're going to hear everyone's secrets. Can't wait.
As you're chatting and sort of observing Carp, Ulf Undercroft appears at the steps of the manor. He is dressed in very fine clothes and kind of appraises the crowd with some pride.
I didn't make those, though.
Yes, they're not lavender. And he says in this booming voice, "Gather round, friends and adventurers. I's the proprietor of Tressendor Tours. Now, you's probably wondering how an humble half-orc such as myself come to own such a fine property. Well, it's on account of hard work, I tells you, and some fine friends what comes to me in me time of need. But enough about me. You hardly come to listen to an half-orc natter on about this and that. Today, we raise a glass to prosperity in the years to come." And he raises his champagne glass, and the crowd sort of cheers. And you're
Huzzah!
and you're free to mingle in the garden. You do notice in the garden a familiar face. It is Meepo. And he is dressed in
Not that Meepo.
But not that Meepo. He's dressed in a vest, and it has a patch on the chest. And he also has a weasel on his shoulder wearing a matching vest.
Ooh.
This is almost like a Dr. Seuss rhyme. I love it. He has a vest on his chest and a
pest abreast.
Yes.
Yes.
We bow to the weasel. He could be the
And
weasel
Meepo.
king. We don't
And
know.
Meepo.
Yeah, and Meepo. Yeah, two bows.
So you're approaching him and bowing?
I don't know what I can't read what the patch says, so he could be king of the gardens.
Okay.
For all we know,
He holds it out for you to read, and it says Tressendor Tours.
Ah, beautiful. So you've been hired full time, Meepo?
Yeah, I ain't got nothing else to do now that we done a job for Ulf, eh?
Excellent. I think the people. Well, I guess it just opened. Never mind. I was gonna ask how the crowds were. How's How are the rest of the kobolds? Did they also get hired?
Yeah, is Sniv also giving tours, or is she off doing something else?
Nah. She got her endeavor with the snip traps and tunnels, and digging out tunnels, making warrens. But my business is mostly the trap side. Don't need no traps now, hey.
That's good. I was not sure quite what to expect on this tour, whether it would involve the traps or just the historical components.
Yeah, like, do you guys still, are there trap reenactments?
Wolf's talking about doing some sort of Tressendor Tomb of Terror. That's still in the works, so maybe I got some work ahead of me.
Oh, yeah, at the Harvest Festival time, huh?
Yeah, something like that. He's sort of glaring over at the gnomes, the Bannock brothers.
Hey, have you tried? Hey, over here.
Yeah?
Yeah. Have you? Sorry, we're talking to you. You want to go talk to the Bannock brothers? Go ahead, but have you tried any of their bready selections?
No. Kobolds don't eat no bread. We eat hares and squirrels and that. I mean, you would know. And he looks over at Rose.
Yes, I thought some of them were focused on the hare jerky.
Yeah, but when you got a really juicy piece of a hare or squirrel, and you got to eat really fast, say it's lunchtime.
Oh yeah, you're making me real hungry now.
Yeah, but you put that in between two little pieces of bread, and then you're not making a mess all over yourself. You see what I'm saying? I bet those guys would hook you up too.
Gnome food? That don't seem right. I don't know about that.
Right, turns around, this guy's clearly still racist. I thought we were gonna leave this town better than when we found it.
It's 90% better.
His last 10% is gonna last a long time. So it's gonna pass down generation. He's gonna have a blood vendetta.
I don't know. I'll think about it. That's all I can say.
All right.
There's we got estate tours. There's the night garden. If you see, there's plants what are glowing. And as night actually does fall, you see that there are fireflies dancing around in the garden. And on closer inspection, some of the plants in the garden are glowing too. So it's a day and night garden, and at night it's bioluminescent.
Ooh.
It's gorgeous.
Meepo says, and at night there's a ghost tour, and I gotta be honest with you, there ain't no ghosts.
Hey, I mean, if you guys need some people to act like ghosts, gnomes are kind of small. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they are kind of creepy too.
Yeah, lean into that. You could hire a few here, just a trial basis,
I ain't the boss. Ulf's the boss. I just work here.
Ulf's the boss, but she kind of pokes him where the patch is. You gotta propose some new ideas. That's how you keep it fresh. I know it's just opened, so you're probably okay for a while.
And you are the tour manager.
Yeah, you should, come up with a proposal, man.
Yeah, real entrepreneurial. Yeah, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just don't, when you're talking to the gnomes, don't call them creepy.
Or spit.
Or spit. Ooh, yeah.
I can't make no promises.
You're gonna need all that saliva for talking. Proposals and biz dev, that stuff's really, you gotta need all your spit.
Well, I gotta bottle it now?
That. Yeah. You're gonna call it snake oil and sell it? No. Riot walks away found it. Hold on, let me get another glass of wine. Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm back. Okay.
Make sure it's wine.
She checks for bubbles on the top.
Yes.
Bubbles on the inside are fine. Bubbles on the top. Who's your little friend? I'm sorry, we're
Oh, this is Weezer. You met Weezer down.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
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 He is so fancy. I didn't recognize him.
Oh, he's got a new vest and all. You know, nothing but the best for Weezer here.
Yeah. How right, turns Rose. How hard is it to make a vest for a weasel?
I think it would be pretty easy. I will need to take the measurements of said weasel.
Oh, I was just looking for help because I'm drowning in spit over here.
Well, Riot, you could try swallowing your saliva.
Oh,
that might help.
Yeah, no, we don't need to make him anything,
Here.
do we? Do we need to make everybody something?
I can check my scrap pile. I mean, Rose points to kind of the area where there's the neck hole on Riot's cloak. She's like, I mean, there's this whole section of fabric that I had to cut out. So
Maple's
I might have some.
Maple's listening on this conversation, and he covers Weezer's ears again, and he's like, "Whoa! You're gonna make something, make clothes for my weasel out of scraps, out of your garbage?"
It's a technical term. It's like when you have leftover wood pieces from a trap that you reuse for something good, so that it's not trash.
So now he's like tapping his foot and crossing his arms, like, "You saying my traps are made out of garbage now?"
Right, Riot's just tipping that drink back.
Rose would like to use her key ability to disengage and fast dash away. Where'd she go? Gone. Poof. Poof.
Maple just shakes his head. Yeah. All right. I got a job to do here. Nice seeing you.
Sorry, we're just so nervous. You know, we haven't been to a party this big or fancy. We're sorry. But definitely that ghost thing. Ghost gnomes are the way to go.
Ghost gnomes, yeah. Creepy little ghosts. Ghost gnomes, yeah. He nods over at Snoojo. Nice seeing you. And he just turns away and just goes off to try to get people on a tour.
Oh, Rose, I'm so glad Perp is not over here because he would have just witnessed a murder. Our bodies just... Anyway, who else are we going to talk to? You want to go say hi to Ulf?
Sure. Let's go say hi to Ulf and thank him for the invitations.
Mm-hmm. All right, we walk up to him where we assume is like a crowded area. Like everyone's trying to talk to Ulf.
Yes. Yeah.
Get the...
and he like really with great force actually pushes like a wave of people out of the way so that they fall to the side, and he says, "Oi, there's me friends there."
Hello, Ulf. High five.
Good evening.
Gives you a high five, and then he like claps both of you on the shoulders like really hard.
Ugh.
And just sort of shakes you and laughs. So what do you think?
It looks amazing.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Not a broken wall anywhere.
Nary a trap waiting to be triggered.
Yet that we have yet to discover.
Yeah, good point.
I'm sure all historical museums have some off-limits areas to the general public. I'm sure there's some kind of alarm system or centipede trap to prevent people from going into the staff-only areas.
Yeah, you got to sleep somewhere, right? You got to have private quarters, so.
Indeed, Meepo, he's done a good job with the security about this place.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised the Bannock brothers got in here. Do you guys have a sensitivity training at all, or employee handbook of any kind?
Maybe you could close for one day and just focus on staff training.
No, we just want to make sure that everyone gets to come in that wants to come in, you know, like...
Oh, there's no worry about that. The kobolds, they work at night. We've got other humanoids that work by day. Never the twain shall meet.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if that's the way to live, but yeah. Well, you know what?
We'll come back and visit.
We'll come back. Yeah, like.
And we'll. This is Rose looking at Riot. We'll assess the situation in a few months. Maybe they'll work out their kinks.
Yeah, you know what? We're excited to see how it all goes. We know it. Nothing but success for you guys.
Cheers to that. And he raises his glass and clinks glasses with all of you. Have you tried the Bannock brothers' new recipe on the tea service?
No.
Come on. And he pushes his way through the crowd. People are like basically running out of the way at this point because he's not stopping. And at this point, Carp is on your heels because he sees that that's where all the activity is. And there is Daver. He's got these, beautiful silver tea trays lined up with various types of chats and lots of finger sandwiches. And he sees you and he says, "Ah, there you are. So glad you could make it out. I've got a new recipe. Do you want to give it a go?"
Always.
And he hands you each these rolls. And he says, "I calls them ginger chat rolls." And they are basically cinnamon rolls, except they've got crushed candied ginger instead of cinnamon in them.
Do we see a portal open up around right now? No. Oh, Rose, that was... Do you want some of mine? I didn't... you just destroyed that. Like... I'll share.
I have placed a couple coins down for more.
He hands you, he sort of looks over and sees that Grista's still shouting at some servers, and he's like, "It's on the house."
Thank you, Daver.
Yeah, these are fantastic. Holy moly.
Well, I hear word that you're off to your next destination soon.
It's true. We will definitely be by the bakery to stock up on provisions before we leave.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna need sacks, or at least 2.
That I can
need
do.
To rent a donkey.
A bread burrow, if you will.
Well, I don't know if we've got that service around town, but I can definitely provide you with as much breads as you need.
Thank you so much. We're so excited to see how your business has grown over the last few weeks.
And it's all account of you ladies. If you hadn't have saved me with that chat, none of this would have happened.
It's true. If we hadn't saved you, period. Yes, we're very glad we could have helped in any way we helped.
Riot nudges him and looks at Grista. I mean, and luckily you also had someone to let you showcase your chat somewhere, right?
You've an eye on you, he says, and he wags his finger at you. Yeah, she's something else, isn't she?
Yes, customer service is her middle name.
Well, it's a proper business venture we've got together, and hoping for more, if you know what I mean.
Well, thank you so much, Daver. We really appreciate it. All you and your brothers have done.
Well,
we'll make sure to spread word about the Bannock Brothers Baking Company.
That would be a fine thing. But yes, be sure to drop by before you leave town, and I'll stock you up with as much as you need.
Thank you.
The party starts to wind down, and there are fireworks that go off late in the evening, and people start to dissipate back into town. But before you leave, Rose, Meepo, comes back and pulls you aside.
Okay. Hi, Meepo.
Hey, we had some funny words back then there and I didn't want you to leave on strange terms, right?
Yeah.
Cause you done good here. You done good by Snoodro. You done good by kobolds. You know, you're right for a human.
Thank you, Meepo. You're awesome for a kobold.
Yeah, that's real nice. Heard rumor that you're moving to another tunnel. So
Yeah.
I the kobolds we got together and got you this. And he hands you it's the same paper, the brown paper that you had wrapped Snoodro's gift in.
Uh-huh.
Except it's now decorated in draconic writing, and there's a pictogram of a rose and a dragon. And there's a gift on the inside.
Can I open this now?
Yeah. It says you don't read no draconic, right?
No, but now I'm inspired to learn.
Oh, that'd be real nice. Not a lot of humans learn the language. It's real useful though. But it says to the rose dragon, because you're the dragon.
Oh, right. Oh. Thank you so much, Meepo. Can I give you a hug? It's what we humans like to do.
Yeah, sure. And he just sort of like gingerly kind of goes in and isn't really sure what to do with his arms.
And I just wrap my arms around his shoulders and squeeze.
And then
Thank you, Meepo.
he squeezes back, and it's a little harder than it probably should be.
Thank you, Meepo.
Yeah, it's like wrestling or something. I don't know.
You know what? Sometimes there are bear hugs. So yes.
Yeah,
that's a kobold hug.
That don't seem safe. Don't mess with bears. That's advice from a kobold. Okay, do not bear hug. That's unsafe.
Noted. Thank you.
If you open the package, you see it looks like an ordinary stone.
Uh-huh.
You will require to tune yourself to it to determine its properties.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you so much, Meepo. I look forward to connecting myself with this.
Yeah, that's great. I stones are important things, eh? Yeah.
They are.
Hope it brings you what you need on your travels.
Thank you.
And Riot, Carp, at the gate has hidden a package. And as you're making your way back out, he hands it to you. And he says, I didn't think it would be right if you left and I didn't give you something. And I think this is something that would be rather useful when you're looking for your siblings.
Oh, you don't have to do this, Carp, but I'm already opening it, so... She undoes the paper very, nicely, because, she's not gotten a lot of gifts either, so...
When you open it up, it is a quiver, and it has a unicorn motif carved into the leather, and Carp explains, I believe it's a quiver of Maliki, and I discovered it in the Red Brand hideout after it was cleared out. So he explains that this quiver, it's got 3 compartments, and it connects to an extra-dimensional space that allows the quiver to hold numerous items while never weighing more than 2 pounds.
This is too nice. I am dungeon trash. I can't carry this, Carp. You're gonna get me in trouble. Someone's gonna think I stole this.
He looks very concerned. Oh, no, you can wrap it in something and nobody will know the wise. They won't be the wiser.
I mean, it's already on my body. It looks great. It's too nice, but we're gonna send you some nice postcards and stuff from the road because you're too special. Oh no, my eyes! I don't have tear ducts.
He doesn't really know how to react, so he's just he just like goes in for a little hug and says
she hugs him with her wings too.
Yeah, he says, well, you deserve it. You know that.
Oh, thank you. I know it'll be key in helping me find my siblings, and thank you.
And you're about to head down the gate, through the gates, and Sildar catches both of you.
Trying to leave without saying goodbye to your Sildar. I don't think so. I hope you enjoyed yourself this evening.
It was a very nice evening, Sildar. Such a good collection of folk.
I thought so too.
We are fat and full. Gordo lleno over here.
The food was delicious. The drink was flowing. A little hair of the dog, as they say.
Lavender.
We don't count these things. It's hard when the servers are walking around with trays and they're taking the drinks and they're putting them back in your hands.
Technically, this is work anyway, right? Like you have to be here.
That's right. I had to be here. That's right. Oh, I see your hands are full with many, many gifts, and I will not be upstaged by anyone in town. To be clear, I have something for each of you. Winter and I kind of collaborated on some things for you. Rose, you see this vest looks fabulous, obviously. And I thank you very much. I thank you very much for it.
Welcome.
And I have something, and I think even now from this party, your stone collection is growing very quickly. And I happen to have a bag here that was my aunt's, who meant a great deal to me, and it's something that I've kind of fixed up with Winter's help for you. And he pulls out basically like a satchel, like a drawstring satchel. It's purple and teal, like very colorful felt kind of fabric. But he's attached, or Winter is actually attached a strap to it, so it kind of can go over your shoulders for travel. And it's a bag of holding.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, you're right. My rock collection is growing quite quickly.
Yes, it's not very wise to, fill your bag with just rocks. It's
it's actually my
opposite.
Pockets.
Yes, right.
Are you trying to drown yourself, Rose? I'm worried. Like what?
It's actually the worst way to travel. So, I hope this will help.
I take great pride in putting pockets in all my garments, so I make sure I use them.
The war against pockets is real.
I hope that comes in handy, and I hope you can fill it up with more stones and learn whatever it is you want to learn from these rocks. But that's that's your thing, and I look forward to hearing more about it later. Sounds fascinating.
Yes.
But and for you, Riot, this badge is fitting, and I really really appreciate it. It's quite gorgeous, and I have something for you as well. And in my family's chest of things, I found something that could be of quite use to you. And we Winter and I kind of jazzed these up, let's say, for you specifically. And he pulls out some bracers, some leather bracers. That belonged to his uncle, but he's they lace down the side, but on the insides it has some kind of leather engraving, they're feather arrows in the shape of your hunter's mark rune, specifically that he noticed you kind of carving out in your your last adventure. So he's had them personalized for you, and they are bracers of archery.
Oh, these are you guys. This is too much. It even it smells like battle. Oh God. Oh. Thank you so much. You have to tell Winter thank you as well. I'm putting them on right now. I don't even care if they don't match. Oh, they match perfectly.
Of course they do. Of course.
Who were your aunt and uncle? Was your aunt part of the Sistren Circle by chance?
I don't believe so. But they raised me, and there's there's never enough time to talk about all the things. I've been around for quite a while, but
was her name Katniss?
It's not Katniss. No.
Okay. Sorry, just thinking of.
You could guess her name. 3 guesses if you like.
Three?
Maybe another time.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of other archers. Meridian? No one read that
Merida?
comic book. Oh, Mary. Oh, that's a different one. But yeah, very close.
You're wasting your
we'll
guesses.
never guess.
As you're sort of doing this guessing game, Carp comes over to Rose, and
Hi, Carp.
he hands you a little bit of paper.
Mm-hmm. I
Just
take
some
the
trash
paper.
she found in his pocket.
It's okay. I was giving the kobolds apparently trash, so I'll accept some trash.
Sorry, that's not what it is. I just couldn't.
And then he just sort of like, as soon as you take it, he runs off with Snoodro, and they head back to Alderley Farm.
Bye.
And
I look down at my hands.
you see it is Alderley's Scene of Botanical Creatures, issue 1.
Issue 1.
And when you look inside, there are 2 entries. One is for the Awakened Shrub. And if Riot sort of peeks over, she'll notice that it's basically all the notes that he had taken when he was originally plant sitting. And then on the second page, it's a rose. And he goes into great detail on roses. And at the very end, he makes an author's note, and it says, "What may appear ordinary on the outside can indeed prove to be quite extraordinary."
Oh. Hi.
As you head back to your respective accommodations to sleep one last night in Phandalin, you are taken by surprise as a woman emerges from the shadows along the path back into town. Riot, you don't need to take her in wholly to recognize who she is. The shaggy gray hair, impossible to tame like the woman herself. The gold eyes that shimmer like twin harvest moons. You know her. The one that's quick to laugh, too quick to anger. You swear that you looked through every town from the Icewind Dale to here, yet somehow she's the one who found you. And all she says to remark on the moment is so typically her, so short, so simple, so perfect. All she says is,
"Hey, sis."
"Hey everyone, it's Kat again. Thanks so much for listening. That is a wrap on Season 1. In our next episode, we'll be answering listener questions about the season in a special D20 Dames AMA episode. In the meantime, we've got a few bits of exciting news to share. First, we're going to be doing our second live show ahead of PAX West on Thursday, August 30th, in collaboration with Queens of Adventure. If you're in Seattle, tickets are available at bit.ly/D20Queens2018. A few days later, we'll also be doing our third live show because why not? Wherever you are, you can join us for our Season 2 premiere online at Geekspace TV on Tuesday, September 4th. For more information, visit twitch.tv/D20Dames. As always, if you'd like to get in touch, you can also find all our social media links at d20dames.com. Anyway, that's it for this season. Until next time, Misadventure awaits.
D20 Dames is a production of Misadventure Awaits. Music by Middle Essence. Support us on Patreon at patreon.com/D20Dames. What's a Patreon? What's a Middle Essence? What's a production? I think seeing you might remind him a little bit of me. So if he ever starts to look like a little cross, just start mentioning my name, okay?
Oh, I will, absolutely. Do you think I should put on horns and wings?
Just around like a couple months before midwinter. Yeah, during high harvest tide, you should definitely do that.
All right, I'll do that.
Ask him if he's got anything sweet to eat too, or you'll turn over his bins. Or something. His trash bins.
I that's rather rude. I don't think I would do. I think that would make him cross.
Yeah, you're probably right. You don't need to wear the costume then, I guess. It's a good visual.